Welcome back, DIY car guys and car girls. So what do we have going on here today? I was rebuilding this 750 for one of Nat's friends. It looks nice and clean now because I cleaned it up. Spent a long time cleaning it up, but when I pulled out one of the threads and one of the bolts, of course the threads came right with it, which is pretty common on these guys, and they sit for a while. People over tie them. You know, it's really easy to strip those out. You have to be very careful on these guys. So we have here is an 830 with annular boosters, so it's a little smaller than 830. Maybe this is the original 830 or 850 and it flows a whole bunch, who knows. But I have gotten this guy right here to work just fine on a 350. It is a little big, but it's better than having a stripped out, you know, bolt and gas going everywhere. So we're gonna hook him up with this. He's actually gonna give me a one of his old 950s that we used to convert into 85. So thank you, Nat, for that right there. We'll hook it up. So today what I have is the 950, which is off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put all this together with this main body right here, using the two blocks that came off of that 750. We're gonna hook it up into the S10 and we're gonna do an initial setup. So that's what we're doing today. All right, so I'm glad this carb had this. None of my carbs, all my metering blocks have revisions right here for the power valve. See how there's, if you look right in here, there is absolutely no holes right there for the power valve. So basically, it's always blocked off. We're still gonna put a plug in there though, just because that's how it came. We gotta put the stuff back that came with it. So we're gonna put this guy in here for right now. All right, guys, so I pulled these guys out right here. They also have a gasket. So that way, if it floods, it'll come out this way and not out the vent right here and go right into the motor and flood it. So let's turn on the pump and hopefully it all goes well. This guy is right here is leaking. Now, never ever get this guy. I'm gonna tell you right here, these things are the worst. I hate these things. Don't get them, don't waste your time. Get something better. You're gonna leak unless you get everything just right and tight, and these things are hard to get to. All right, this is what I want you guys to get. But this, see this right here? You can get an open-end wrench right here, so you're not getting anything way up here, because you can't get anything on this guy. It's just a pain in the butt, tighten up anything right here. You end up screwing it up, butchering things. But if you get something, you can put an open-end wrench down here. Same thing at the front. You can get plenty of leverage on this. You can get it nice and tight into the bowls, and trust me, they don't leak, and it's easy to go there and cinch everything up without worrying about stuff leaking like a sieve like it's going on over there. Let's see what we got here. That one's good. Trickling out here too, look. I think we're good, guys. So now we're gonna put these little turd nuggets back in. You can call them a plug. I call them turd nuggets because they're annoying. Let's get this guy in the back now. This last little turd nugget, we'll go back here. And we are not going to worry about the small leaks on this. It'll be good enough to get it set up. We'll catch it with this right here. So that is the plan. Safety first, right? This don't come around here the match. So if you guys notice how it smoked up on the headers, I always put WD-40 in there so it doesn't like rust, because it'll rust really quickly. So it always smokes up when it sits, kind of go until it all burns off. It looks like it's about to burn the entire garage to the ground, but that's what I do. Someone said you could put something else on there. I forget what it was, but I'm not worried about it. WD-40 seems to be working for me. So start it one more time. Make sure the transition to the secondaries is good. The idle seems to be good. The air fuel for idle seems to be good. So initial setup just to get on the other guy's car is almost done. I also want to make sure the secondary goes pretty good into the transition. Let's do that next. So we got the brawler back underneath there. It's all set up, running good. You know what I'm gonna do for this guy today? We're gonna go do an oil change. Let's go get some parts for oil. I got my filter, the good filter right here. Watch our order another one, so we just gotta get oil. And I don't use anything special on this guy. No like full synthetic, it's always a synthetic blend. That's all I use. All right, there it is. I got my zinc. You gotta have your zinc. Keep that COVID out. And then we got this regular old high mileage, I've used this for years, synthetic blend. Actually, I kind of grab whatever synthetic blend is in stock and whatever is on sale. So that's how much I care about oil. I mean, I used to get the really expensive stuff, think it'll help. Man, I can't tell the difference between the expensive stuff and the non-expensive stuff. Everything always comes out. As long as you change your oil often, I think you'll be all right. And your tune-up's good, nothing to worry about. All right, guys, I wish I was recording that because I wasn't going to show you guys how to change oil. Everyone knows how to change oil in their hot rod. But what was funny is, like, you would think I was my first time changing oil because I spilt this shit all over the freaking place like an idiot. Usually I just use like the quarts and I pour it right into that. And then I was sitting there pouring in there. It was getting clogged, so I tried to pull it up just a little bit like that, right there. And then when I pulled it up, I went over like this. then a whole bunch went down that way. So when I start it up, it's probably going to smoke like a freaking chimney. All right, so let's start this pig up and let it smoke for the 1 gazillionth time. I guess my next thing to do some maintenance on, I'm going to get a 4-inch. So this is a 3-inch. I'm going to try to get a 4-inch filter. I'm not sure if I'm going to replace the top. This might keep the same filter top. But anyways, it has been about 2 or so years, maybe 3 years since I've had this. So it's time to do a little more maintenance. God dang it, I need to plug the battery up. Okay, no bullshit. I think it sounded more snappy and more responsive with that 830 on there. Well, hard to say if it's going to run faster. We're not going to try it because it's not mine anymore. But interesting. Definitely sounded better with 830. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. I'm still waiting for the carb to come in that I ordered. Whenever it gets in, we're gonna get right on this E85 thing. We're gonna make a trip to pick out some E85. Got a 55-gallon drum. We're gonna fill this guy up. I'll tell you what, this one has, this one doesn't have annular boosters on it. The 830 does have annular boosters. That's one thing. I'm kind of a fan, you know, of annular boosters only because they make very, very snappy throttle response. And you normally don't need as big of jets, so the signal's a little better on these guys. So, I mean, whether it's faster or not, who knows? You know, throttle response is one thing, but really when you're racing, honestly, it's all, you know, way up in the power band. So what's going on down low when you're racing is not really that big of a deal. But if you do want better drivability, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I've always had better luck with annular boosters and slightly smaller carbs and going all out on race. And you get probably better gas mileage too with smaller carbs. Actually, I know you get better gas mileage with smaller carbs because there's a guy, I forget his name. Oh, I forget his name, but he put a lawnmower carb on a 302 and that joker got 41 miles to the gallon, probably more. And the throttle response wasn't that bad, and the drivability was actually pretty awesome. So it's very interesting what you can do with carburetors, because that 302 getting 41 miles a gallon. Apparently, hybrids, everything else, we've been doing it wrong. You can take an old lawnmower carb and put it on a motor and get 41 miles a gallon. Pretty awesome. Anyways, guys, thanks for making it to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, keep on wrenching, and peace.